Hello, hello. Well, I will say to your delight, ladies and gentlemen, we have another edition of the Darrell Brooks Tribunal. Um, Here he is in the other courtroom, and we all know why he's in the neighboring courtroom. It's certainly not because the judge just randomly put him there for no reason. I think it was one part of the trial where the judge tried to protect him even when he was over there in front of the jury because she explained to them not to use him being in the other courtroom against him because we all know they're supposed to solely deliberate on the facts relative to the evidence that's in that case.
I know I'd ask that it be put in writing, but I'll also give you this opportunity to verbally advise the court and make your requests. Do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir? I would note he put two boxes right in front of where he's seated, so I can't presently see his face. I see his jacket is off because I can see the outline of his arms, and I can see the jacket on the back of this chair.
He's trying
He is unmuted.
He's trying to be inconspicuous, which means to not be obvious. But we can clearly see him. We just saw what he did. He just built a little fort to try to not be seen, which is absolutely stupid.
Confirmed previously regarding the audio working, and I will just ask him a second time, sir, do you have any requests as relates to the draft packet of jury instructions, whether that be any additions, corrections, edits, or deletions?
He's not responding.
And Your Honor, would it be possible for the bailiffs to just move the boxes off the table so
Yes,
we
I
can
think
see?
that's fair. I'm going to advise the bailiff to remove the box so I can see Mr. Brooks.
I wonder why the
What he's doing behind there.
I wonder why the prosecution had to tell her that. She should have said that all along.
He has quieted down. I haven't heard him in a while.
That's pretty good. You didn't have to use the mute button.
If you could move the second one because it can interfere with the microphone as well. And the third.
In the third. Move all of them.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to ask you for a third time. Do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions? Any requests for instructions that aren't included that you believe should be included? Any edits or deletions from the packet that has been provided to you?
He's not even paying attention. He's talking to somebody else.
Because I couldn't see you, sir. I've asked you twice now, and I'll ask you a third time. Do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions? Any additions, deletions, edits, or otherwise?
Hey man, you don't gotta talk to me like that.
Do you have any requests
First of all,
related
what?
to the jury instructions, sir?
Man, yeah, I got requests. It ain't like they gonna be honored though.
As it relates to the jury instructions, sir, what are your...
I heard what the hell you said, man.
Oh no.
Mr. Brooks, that was very disrespectful.
Yeah, and I've been getting disrespected since the beginning of this whole process. So welcome to the club.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any
I'm
requests?
tired of my rights being trampled on here too. I'm tired of it too.
Do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
He's not even answering the question.
How you gonna sit up there and make decisions based on what you think I said when I didn't get consent for you to do any such thing?
So now he thinks he has power over the judge. Now he thinks that nobody could tell him anything. He doesn't understand how the court proceedings works. And I don't want that to get misinterpreted when I say he doesn't understand, because I know I said that in one of the previous videos, and there were some people that were in the comments saying, yes, he understands. But what I'm talking about, as far as from the landscape of the mind of an attorney, he doesn't understand, given the fact that he's not an attorney. All right. When you don't provide a direct answer, the judge has the inherent authority to be able um, to take that as a no, or however the judge or umpire deems it. Okay. The bottom line is you cannot hold up court proceedings by not being compliant. Okay. If the court is going to move forward, despite your protestations, despite how you try to thwart and block in any way, shape, or form, the inevitable is always going to happen, irregardless of that. So, all this that he's arguing right now, how can you, and did you hear him say, trample over my rights? Is it? He just used like little words that are just. It's almost like, how can you use such a word? He said, trample over my rights, as if he didn't trample over all those people at that parade. Unbelievable, the vile and disgusting things that comes out of this man's mouth.
Sir, I understand you may be upset, and I really do,
No, you
but
don't
I've made my
understand nothing.
determinations.
You don't understand nothing. You don't understand anything,
This
Your
is
Honor.
crazy.
You don't. Because
I'm going to mute him again because
Yeah.
he's not answering the questions that I'm very clearly asking him, and I've given him 5 opportunities.
Too many.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions? I'll unmute you for that answer.
I can't hear everything you're saying.
So that's another excuse. Now he's trying to pretend. And I like how Judge Darrell said, well, clearly, if was this the clip? I know there was something where he said he didn't hear, and then he actually repeated it back, and she said clearly he understood me to respond. So this is another tactic that's being used against him. His own self.
Mr. Brooks, I know the audio's turned up.
Absolutely.
I believe you can hear me. You've chosen not to put the headphones on. That's your choice. My final question to you, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
I just told you, am I muted? Am I muted?
No.
I just told you, I don't know how many times, I can't hear everything you're saying.
Then you should put the
What about
headphones
that
on.
don't you understand? What about that don't you understand? Did you see headphones? You can see everything. You can see boxes. But did you see headphones?
Have you asked for headphones to be provided, sir?
I shouldn't have to ask for them. I asked for my boxes to be moved.
All right, so listen. All right, so I think what he's doing here is not only does he like to go down a tangent and keep things far afield from the merits of the whole purpose of why they're even there, but I think what he's trying to do essentially is to get back into the courtroom because he's basically implying that he can't hear everything. So that would mean for him to want to come back into the courtroom. But see, once he comes back into the courtroom, then he goes right back to default by interrupting, disrupting. This was all a part of his plot. Now, if I happen to have been the umpire in this, all right, the referee, litigator, whatever you want to deem it, the point is that I would have given him a limit. All right, he would have had, and I would have let the court of appeal get it for the record so that way they're aware. All right, I'm going to give you 4 chances. If those are violated because you keep being disruptive, this is your tactic. This is ongoing. This is every day. This was going on every day, almost 3 weeks worth of this. All right. I would have given him 4 chances. If he would have violated, if he would have exhausted all those chances, then he would have never been allowed back into that courtroom. And I would have, and she had case law. She cited case law that supports whenever there is a defendant that is interruptive, And that's exactly what Mr. Brooks was throughout the entirety of the trial. I would have kept him over there and I would have utilized the mute button when necessary.
I believe they took them away previously because you were so agitated. They were perhaps afraid you might break
Yeah,
them.
I'm still agitated. I ain't gonna stop being agitated. That ain't gonna stop. You sit up here and do everything you're doing and think God don't see what
No,
you're doing.
you don't even need to bring God in this. Please.
You must be ashamed of yourself.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any requests as it relates to the jury
Yeah,
instructions?
I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying.
You just told me you didn't. So which one is
Yeah,
it?
I got the headphones on. You can't see that?
What are your requests as it
Can't see that?
relates? What are your requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir?
Man, don't try to come with this whole little image of sir. Now it's all this sir and all this.
This man.
I'm gonna get where I'm going.
Yeah, right to prison.
Try to put on this little act like you so worried about what's going on with me. You don't give a damn.
Did you hear what he said? It's almost like he prophesied. He prophesied that thing. He said, I'm going to get where I'm going. That's exactly what happened. He went right back to jail. I know that's right. All right, Prophet Brooks. Well, after Bubba got finished with you, you're probably going to be Prophetess Brooks. I know that's right. Yeah.
Mr. Brooks, you're being disrespectful again.
You've been being disrespectful. You've been being disrespectful.
I think, now watch this. I think Judge Darrell is strategically allowing this for the purpose of him just exacerbating, making his situation where it's like I said, it's helping the state. You notice the state is not objecting. Go right ahead. In other words, if you want to jump off a bridge, that is solely on you, sir.
I need to know what your position is regarding the jury instructions. And I need to know it now.
What you mean? Who you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
She's talking to
I
a
need
monkey.
to know whether you have any requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir.
Yeah, first of all, why am I charged with 2 bail jumpings when I was already charged in Milwaukee for the same bail jumping? That's double jeopardy.
Now watch this. Now he's talking about bail jumping. Now, my question is, how do you come out of jail on bail and then commit a much more severe crime than the ones that you were previously charged for? That is crazy. How do you come out of jail? That is called recidivistic. Recidivistic means you go to jail, come out, go back to jail, come out, go back. And that's what he did. He violated. That's bail jumping. That's one of the worst things you could do. And it's really worse if the crime that you committed while on bail is more severe than the ones that you were previously charged for. And it was. Do y'all remember in the interrogation room that when Detective Carpenter finally got to the crescendo of the real matter at hand relative to that assault, that attack that ensued during the Waukesha parade? And do you know, he kept, even through that, he kept on talking about Erica. And they were like, no, Darrell, what you keep bringing up Erica. We're talking about the parade now. Like that, this is more severe. And so that's what I'm saying. What he did while being on bail was something extremely severe.
Not double jeopardy. Your objection is noted. It's overruled.
It is double jeopardy. How you gonna charge me with the same charge that I'm already charged with?
How you gonna commit a crime while out on bail? Stupid.
The Fifth Amendment says that you can't place somebody in jeopardy of life and limb.
All right, but so why are you going by the Fifth Amendment when you are a so-called sovereign citizen, which you guys are not supposed to even, you're impervious to our law. Our laws don't matter to you. And if that's the case, then you need to get the hell out of the United States. If our laws is not applicable to you. Oh my
In
God.
Milwaukee, this for the same case. It's the same bail jumping charge. So how am I charged with that here?
Sir, I'm not going to provide a legal explanation other than to say I've reviewed that. Your objection is noted, but the jury will be instructed regarding the bail jumping.
See, he don't want. See, that's even more damning because now the jury's gonna know that he was already previously charged with something, which was, and then he did this, and that's the bail jumping charge. That's even more damning. So not only did Darrell Brooks not want the jury to see the jury view because that was damning, Darrell didn't want them to see the video because that was damning, given that the video, the vehicle in question appeared in that video. He knew the jury was going to see that once the judge allowed for that to be permitted and published in front of them. He didn't want that. And now he doesn't want them to know of his bail jumping charge. So that's even worse. Yo, he's done. He is finished, and I love it.
Under the law, if two charges are identical in nature, you cannot place me in jeopardy of life and limb twice. You can't do that.
I like how he thinks he knows the law more than like people that went to law school, people with degrees. I love how he's smarter than them. Just like he kept on saying that they didn't have jurisdiction to charge him, to try the case. And where is he today? Where is he right now? So that meant his argument went nowhere. Just like his argument of bail jumping and not being charged twice is going nowhere.
What's your next?
The same case number.
What's your request?
Right.
Next request, sir. I'm noting your objection.
I'm trying to talk. Can I get it out? You
What's-
always want me to not interrupt you, but you always.
Yeah, but you always going around the city just to answer a direct question. Why are you going around in a circumference? This is circular. We need you to directly answer, and that has been an invariable problem throughout the process of this entire trial. He likes to go off topic.
Way to talk over me.
Shut up. You ain't nobody. I'm talking over you. Shut your
I
mouth.
understand your position. I'm saying it's overruled.
Always want respect.
Shut up and
Always
answer.
want
See?
respect, but don't want to get it.
Shut up and get back on the topic. Any other request, fool?
I'm charged with the same bail jumping charge here that I've already been charged with. That is double jeopardy. You can't charge me for the same exact bail
Okay,
jumping
let's
that
hear
I've
from the
already
state.
charged with, that I was charged with before this.
All right, shut up.
came about.
Shut up. Let the state talk.
Sir, the bail jumping charges in Waukesha County are based upon your violating your bail while in Waukesha County by driving through the Christmas parade and allegedly killing 6 people and injuring 61 others.
It wasn't alleged. We saw what he did conspicuously.
Okay.
That's the distinction.
Again, there is no distinction. It's the same charge.
It's the same offense. It doesn't mean it's the same factual basis, sir.
He is not
It
charged
is.
with
Les-
bail jumping with the data violation of November 21 in Milwaukee County anywhere. Further, the double jeopardy prohibition would prevent him from being convicted twice, not charged twice.
Right. Exactly. Because just because you're charged with something doesn't mean that you're convicted. But in this case, when the jury ends those verdicts, then he's going to be convicted, all right.
So we've addressed that, sir. What other requests do you have as it relates to the jury instructions?
No, I want to know why I'm even charged twice.
See, he wants to keep going back with a debate.
Charge me in pursuant to a case in Milwaukee
They just proved that he
that
could.
I'm already charged with bail jumping for. I'm already charged with bail jumping for that already.
You're not convicted twice for the same thing, fool. They just said it.
Oh, well, because you were already on bail, we're going to charge you.
It's a different data violation, sir.
He doesn't know the difference between charge and conviction. Don't worry about it because that conviction is going to come as soon as them verdicts are in.
The conduct for the bail jumping is related to the allegation that you committed a new crime in Waukesha County while out on bond from the Milwaukee County case.
That's bail jumping.
Yeah, but I'm referring to the first bail jumping count. the person. I'm not referring to
Oh, my
both of them.
God.
I'm referring to one of them.
My understanding, sir, is there's different dates of violations as it relates
Is
to
there
that.
any other
I've
requests?
noted your objection now repeatedly. I understand it. Your request to, I guess, dismiss the bail
not
jumping
gonna
counts
happen.
are denied.
Exactly.
I didn't say nothing about counts. I said one.
It don't
Whether
matter.
it's one count or both, it's denied.
Right. So,
Am I not being understood? You can't charge me with the same charge twice.
bro, if she said it's denied, then it's over. Move on. What the? Ooh.
It's two separate cases, sir. There's
She don't even have to explain that. It was already. You know what? Objection, Your Honor. Ask and answered. He asked and you answered multiple times. You don't have to keep answering that. You already ruled and denied it. Let's move on.
Isn't that 971.2?
Oh my God.
Isn't that the statute that refers to the double
All right, sir,
jeopardy
I'm not
clause?
going to have an argument.
That's what this
isn't
is.
Fruitful. I understand what you're saying. You're saying there shouldn't be two counts of bail jumping. You believe it's double jeopardy. I disagree with that.
I disagree too.
There's separate.
I'm already charged with it though.
See, here's the thing. We wouldn't even be in this situation had he have not obviously driven through that parade. So that meant if he had not have driven through that parade, then there would not been a bail jumping charge. So it's like it's almost like, well, it is. It's like he goes out and commits crimes and then gets mad when they're charging him with this. And then try to debate it back and forth. My point is, you wouldn't have to debate it if your dumbass didn't drive through the damn parade. That's bail jumping. How do you come out of jail on bail and then commit a crime that's more worse than what you were previously charged for? He's crazy.
This is a circular argument, sir. It doesn't change
Exactly.
the fact that, from my perspective, the two bail jumping counts are going to proceed forward.
Exactly.
There's been sufficient evidence presented to warrant the jury being instructed.
Mute him.
They can't.
Yes, they can.
What other requests do you have,
You're not
sir?
gonna talk over me. Don't talk over me. Just like you don't want me to talk.
Shut up.
Just like you don't
Shut the hell up.
Just like you don't
Shut
Mr.
your
Brooks,
mouth.
What other requests do you
Mute
have?
his ass.
And I just asked you not to talk over me.
Who the hell you think you talking to?
You've been making your record the whole time.
Shut up. She's the judge. She can make her record. You stupid fool. This needs to, no. See, this is one of the things that, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. This is one of the things that I didn't like the way Judge Darrell was doing. Once she makes a ruling, that should have been the end of it. There's no back and forth. That's why she said, I'm not trying to make an argument. Listen, that it should have been cut off. He should have been muted at that point. She asked him back to back, is there any other requests? Then he goes back to the same talking point that was debunked, that was denied. It should have been the end of it. And if he didn't have any other requests, then I would have muted him and went to the next phase instead of going down a tangent with this fool. And then for him, and then he gonna tell her, you're not gonna talk over. Who the hell do you think you are? Shackled to that floor. Can't do nothing with the biggest mouth. Oh my God, I cannot wait. I can't wait until I get informed that he is in GP.
Quest over there, I didn't write nothing to go over there. I let you do what you was doing.
Shut up. Hold on. No. You didn't let her do you didn't let her do No. You didn't let her do nothing. See, I don't like that. Talking about I let you do. What, you ain't let her do shit. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm sorry. This is pissing me off. You didn't let her do shit. What you mean you let her make her record? You don't run nothing in that damn courtroom. Shut your mouth.
Because we both know that what you're doing is not right.
You driving through that parade killing them people wasn't right. You laughing at the victims during the impact statements wasn't right. You cracking jokes in the interrogation room wasn't right. You lying about a tan Kia bringing you in the Waukesha wasn't right. You running over Erica wasn't right. You punching her in her face, blacking her eye wasn't right. You killing Jackson Sparks and the rest of those people was not right. But then you want to argue over your rights being trampled over. You fool. You fool. Judge Darrell should have stopped it. I wouldn't. Ooh, he lucky I wasn't a judge. He lucky I wasn't a judge. Because he would not disrespect me talking to me that way.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to refocus your attention to the jury instructions. All of your objections are noted.
Mute him.
I understand that. If you can't answer my question, I'm going to move on.
She should have been did that.
I haven't given you consent.
Right,
what does he mean?
Once again, he refuses to answer simple questions regarding if he has any requests. He just made an argument regarding the bail jumping, so clearly he has an understanding about the law as it relates to that. It may be a misunderstanding about the law and double jeopardy, but he made an argument. I've denied it. I'd like to know if he has any other requests.
Right. She kept asking.
If he can stay on topic, I'll I will unmute him again.
She kept asking him any other requests, and he still keeps talking about jumping. Excuse me, bail jumping. All right, she already denied it. Why are we still here? And then talking about I haven't given you consent. Who the freak do you think you are? You don't run shit in that courtroom. Oh, he needs a reality check. You know that? Guess what? When I get finished doing this, when I upload, y'all know what I'm getting ready to do, y'all. Because I'm upset right now. You know what's gonna make me happy? I'm gonna go to the verdicts. I wanna because that makes me feel so much better. It's like a Tylenol. When the judge reads the verdicts, sometimes I like to go to that when he starts to piss me off, so I can feel better.
And he can tell me the list, just like the state went through a list. I need to get through their list. I'm asking you to list out all your requests, and then I will take each one up in turn. So here is your opportunity to give me your other requests.
He doesn't have any other ones.
Debate with me about prior rulings. Go ahead, Mr. Brooks.
Don't sit up here and try to play no game talking about you giving.
Shut up.
You haven't gave me an opportunity to properly defend myself and put evidence, put stuff into evidence.
He ain't had no damn evidence. Anything that is outside of discovery is an infraction. Anything that anything that the state does not have. All right. Because everything in discovery, the state would know. So whatever whatever he's talking about in terms of evidence, if it doesn't reflect what was in discovery, then it is a violation. So what evidence did he have to put on the record that the jury that state wasn't aware of? Somehow she didn't give him an opportunity because he does everything improper. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I've asked you repeatedly to do before we even got to the trial.
We ain't got no damn evidence.
You wasn't in the evidentiary phase.
Mr. Brooks, do you have any other requests as it relates to the jury instructions? This is probably the 10th or so time I've asked you this question.
No, it's not. So
right, he talking about evidence, putting stuff in evidence, and she's asking him about jury instruction. That's what I'm saying. She's asked him back to back, and he's not answer. He's doing this to try to throttle, slow down this whole thing.
Incorrect, Your Honor. Please stop.
Do you have any additional requests as it relates
Is this
to
the
the jury
12th time?
instructions?
Yes.
Oh.
That first count 74 bill jumping needs to be dismissed. You can't charge me with two things. You can't charge me with
She already denied that.
All right, I've made a note of that. What's the next issue?
Either one county gonna charge me with it or y'all, but it can't be both. It's the same. It's pursuant to the
Oh, my
same
God.
exact thing that I was on bill for. The same exact thing. The same exact case. So why are we giving the jury instructions on two cases from another county?
I've made a note of that. What other requests do you have?
But you know what? Let me say something. Let me jump in. Even if they didn't, let's say that they didn't make the jury aware of bail jumping, right? Irregardless of that, what he did at the Waukesha parade was far more worse than anything that he's ever done. So what would be the difference? He's still going to get the same amount of time. He's still inevitably going to jail. He's still inevitably not coming out of there until it's time for his behind to come out in a body bag. So what is the argument? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It's like Satan trying to cast out the devil. It's the same thing. If they don't charge you for bail jumping or don't let the jury know about that or whatever like that, you're still going to jail for what you did. You killed those people. That's homicide. After homicide, because there was more people that got killed. It was 6 people that got killed. Lord have mercy.
Man, this is ridiculous. So I'm not even able to adequately defend myself.
He's lying on the record.
Do anything, because everything I say is gonna be found a reason for it not to be valid.
Because it's stupid.
What are we doing here, Your Honor?
All right,
what is
close
Mr.
this.
Brooks.
Why should I be here?
Close
I
this.
made a note of your request as to count 74. Do you have any other requests as it relates to the jury instructions?
Why are we even having jury instructions? Why do I
Oh, my
have to
God.
even sit here in this courtroom?
All right, just close it off, Judge Darrell, please.
Because everything you've been doing without my consent.
We don't need your damn consent. We don't need your damn consent.
So why do I need to be here for?
Your objection for lack of consent is noted for the record.
Okay, yeah.
Any other requests, sir?
You talk a good game. You talk a good game.
Judge, please shut him off.
But everything I put in
Shut this fool off.
in your court. None.
All right,
He's
I've
a
asked
stupid
him
liar.
many times. I've advised him, and I'll advise him once again. If he fails to answer the question, I'm moving on.
I wouldn't
Do you
even
have
be
any
asking.
other requests as it relates to the jury instructions, sir?
You can't move on because I haven't given you consent.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit. We don't need your consent. So you basically can go out and kill people, and so you can't go to jail unless you give them consent? What the hell is wrong with you? If that was the case, then nobody would be in jail if they wasn't given consent to be locked up. And Judge Darrell, in my opinion, should not have given him multiple opportunities to answer a direct question, and he keeps talking about something else as opposed to jury instructions. He keeps talking about bail jumping. She denied the dismissal of that. That ain't I'm not. She ain't dismissing that. Just like he thought he was going home the time when he brought that frivolous claim talking about there was a recall on the Ford Escape. It was frivolous, speculative, no evidence of it at all, as opposed to Schultz's investigation. Or should I say his inspection of that vehicle. And so, I mean, this is sick. You know, it kind of goes back. I was listening to Judge Darrell in one of the videos. I can't remember what day of the trial. It might have been, as a matter of fact, it might have been during sentencing, where she said 11 years on the bench, and to say that this is, this is something, it's an understatement to say that this trial was probably a case that she's never encountered anything like this. Never encountered anything like this. This is a sick display of a sick, demented man. All right, y'all. Y'all leave your comments. I didn't want to be too long on this, but and I'm going. Like I told y'all, to make me feel a little better, I'm going to watch the verdicts, the reading of the verdicts. Let me just get a little bit in here. Hold on.
Did not answer. So I'm muting him again.
Yeah, shut him up.
The only request that he has made as it relates to the jury instructions, as he pounded his fist once again, raised his voice. I understand, I really do, that he's upset with my decision to cut off his ability to present a defense, but that decision was made based on his conduct and his conduct alone, as I've outlined already on the record.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with jury instructions. She asks him, "What is your request in terms of jury instructions?" What does that have to do with him talking about he wasn't able to have a proper defense, so she didn't allow him? That was completely unrelated. Nothing to do with that.
So the only request that he made was as it relates to the bail jumping counts. I'm denying those requests, whether it be to dismiss one count or to dismiss both on double jeopardy.
Or whether he likes it or not. Bottom line. The bottom line is Darrell does not run shit in that courtroom. And excuse my language, y'all, but I'm pretty sure all of y'all that's listening can agree.
Or to just not instruct the jury. However way I interpret it, I'm denying that. All right, let me go through
exactly.
The states.
What you gonna do now? What you gonna do now, Brooks?
154 summary of evidence. I believe we had a map, actually two maps that summarize the. We had three maps. I think the one was summarized his route, the path that he took. The other one summarized the victims who were struck in the specific locations. And the other one summarized the positions of the law enforcement officers at the various intersections and throughout the parade routes.
I'll make a note of that. I don't believe I saw the jury view instruction either.
What is he doing?
That was given to them at the time. I don't know that it needs to be reread, but I think we need to consider that as well.
You know what I like about this? She has him muted and he is so mad. Plus he's in another holding courtroom. I wish it was a holding cell. But no, he's in the adjacent court and he is mad because nobody's paying him no mind. He's muted. He can't interrupt. He can't thwart. He can't stop. He's mad because irrespective of him telling the judge that she can't, and she did, she let him know that she is the boss, the referee, not him. He doesn't run crap. And he is pissed. That's why y'all see him moving boxes for attention.
Of 152. All right, so let me go through the list from the state.
I'm so glad Daniel Ryder caught that animal.
Turning to page.
Just think if Darrell Brooks never even went over to Daniel Ryder's house, he could have potentially got away. I don't know how far he would have been with, not wearing no shoe and no coat on, because it was cold out there. And he looked like a cold sewer rat on that porch.
61.
But I'm glad he was captured.
So I've considered the request by the state. I am going to rely on what information they put in the charging document. I'm going to deny the request to include the specific case numbers. There's evidence, of course, that was received regarding the 2 separate cases out of Milwaukee County that form the basis for both of the bail jumping counts. It will be up to the jury to review the evidence and make a determination. As to the verdict forms, though, that were referenced previously, at least the description of them in the jury instructions, that obviously the third count of bail jumping is incorrect. That needs to be battery, and that change will be made. I'm also having Madam Clerk include all of the numbers for the jury instructions when they go back, so it's very clear. Some of them did not have them on, just frankly from prior cases that she and I have worked on, but in this case I want to be very clear with all of the numbers.
Well, all right. Listen, I'm not going to prolong. I think you guys pretty much seen the conclusion of this. For those of you that didn't, I mean, this was just a continual act of disruptions by Mr. Brooks that unfortunately went on to nearly 3 weeks, and they finally made it through all of this. You know, they used to tell us in church, if God can bring you to it, then he can certainly bring you through it. And so I'm glad that they were able to bring finality in terms of getting through all of this despite the protestations of this caged animal in the person of Darrell Brooks. Listen, please leave a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for listening.